So we're in the process of a move and have a lot of thoughts and wanted to get them down on video. So the first thing that I want to establish is this is going to be mostly a gardening channel. And when I look around at the YouTube ecosystem and what I've desired from a gardening channel is I've got a lot of gardeners that I really like watching. So some ones that come to mind are like the Millennial Gardener, Epic Gardening, Lazy Dog Farms has been a cool one that I've watched a lot recently, but there's really nothing that's in Texas. So Lazy Dog Farms and the Millennial Gardener are both zone 8, which is a similar zone to us, but they have different microclimates, all sorts of different things that I would like to be able to ask, hey, how does this work out in the DFW area? And I just haven't found that niche gardener that I really enjoy watching within DFW or within Texas, in that zone 8 within Texas. So that kind of what made me start to think about, well, maybe I should just do my own thing. But in addition to that, for me, and I don't know if anybody's ever gonna watch this, but when I think about what do I want out of, like, why am I doing this for myself, I think about, I would like to be able to look back and see where have I come from, be able to have video evidence of, hey, you were struggling with this previously and you're here now. That's always really cool. The other thing that I want to sit down and do, and I've kind of had this idea and kind of delved into a little bit, is how do I quantify the economic gain of gardening? But not only that, how do I quantify the impact on society? And this is where I get kind of nerdy, because I tend to be a very big picture thinker. Like, how do I know that what I'm doing is impacting society positively? I was watching a video by the Millennial Gardener the other day, and he had some really cool thoughts on it. The reason why cost of living, the cost of food has gone up so much is because back in the 50s and 60s, you went to supermarkets to supplement and what you were growing in your backyard. And now, for the vast majority of people, 100% of the supply in America of food that you get are from supermarkets. And so if you don't have any alternative to what's being delivered to you by a corporation, that corporation has a monopoly on your life, and especially with something as expensive as food. So when I look at it, how do I not only put my family in a better position, but how do I also teach others to put themselves in a better position, in a healthier position, in and overall, I'm a guy that works in technology. I spend 12 hours a day looking at screens between work and just other reasons. How do I get away from those screens and spend more time outdoors, spend more time on things that don't just give you an immediate dopamine release? So I originally started gardening because I realized I was becoming addicted to my phone. I watched every week the numbers just go up and up and up on my phone, screen time, and I was like, man, I gotta get away from my phone. So I started gardening, and I really enjoyed it. And that was about 3 years ago now. And every year I've kind of ramped up a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. And now I'm moving to a house that has an acre, and so I have a really cool opportunity to ramp up even more and look at, hey, can I grow fruit trees in DFW? Can I grow not only vegetables, but is there a way that I can supply myself with fruit year round? Can I grow citrus? Can I grow apples and pears and peaches and plums? Is there a way that I can also eat less, grow so much that I eat less processed food, which is really cool. Eventually I want to be able to quantify the percentage of calories I'm taking from outside of my backyard versus what I'm buying. And I'm a big time meat eater, so I'll never get completely away from that. And I live in in a neighborhood that does have an HOA, but we all have really big backyards. So I'm probably not ever going to put in chickens or do the full homesteading thing. But what can I do to just make my life healthier, make my family's life healthier, take a little bit of stress off the food supply system in the US and therefore the world, and also maybe learn a little bit along the way. And if anybody ever does make their way to the channel, maybe teach some folks things that I've learned, whether that be like little tricks in the garden or life lessons of what I'm learning about and being taught by the discipline that it takes, and the fact that you have to step away from that immediate dopamine kick, and you may plant the seed and not get any benefit for 6 months. Like, how do you build that discipline to keep something alive for 6 months? And that's been something that's very much challenged me. So if by any chance you are watching this, please, if that sounds interesting to you, go ahead and subscribe. Again, my primary motivation for doing this is putting something down that I can look back on, putting something that maybe my kids someday can look back on and say, this is what Dad thought about things whenever I'm not here, or whenever I forget some of this stuff. I think that'd be really cool. But if it helps other people, I would like that as well. So if you're around, if you see it here, what I'll be doing is chronicling, like, from just bare land that just has grass on it, all the way to hopefully a fully functioning garden and a fully functioning, I don't want to say orchard, because that paints the picture of just a huge amount of trees, but a quote unquote mini orchard that feeds my family and gives them some of their cool stuff. If you're interested in that, by all means hit subscribe. I'd love to have you around, and let me know what you guys want to see. Let me know what you think. If you have any thoughts or feedback, I'm open to it. So yeah, hit subscribe if you're around, and let me know. Thanks.